What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more Surviving with BuildCraft 7. Today, guys, we are finally going to be finishing up the very lengthy process of setting up 3 times ore processing in BuildCraft. I've been having a ton of fun with this, which is why pretty much all the recent videos have been us doing this. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying it too. And if you have not seen the last 2 episodes in the series, I would highly recommend you go watch those before actually watching this video, because if you haven't seen them, then what we're doing today is really kind of pointless. Now, if you guys are curious as to why I've been putting out so many videos for BuildCraft, even though I said I was going to try and mix it up with other series, it's mainly because A, I've been having a ton of fun with setting this up, and B, I didn't really want to leave you guys hanging. If you're starting to make this setup and you don't really know where to go from here, it's pretty much useless without all 3 of the different steps. So we're going to be finishing it off today. And luckily, it is becoming nighttime now, so I have plenty of time to ramble, or we could just sleep and go out and finish the setup. But I'm going to use this time to ramble a little bit. If you have not seen the first 2 episodes and you still want to watch this one without listening to my advice and going to watch the first 2, then a brief overview. In the first episode, we use the ore processor to convert whatever ingots or whatever ore we have into molten metal. And that's going to be, for us, just iron and gold. If you were playing in a mod pack, you might have a couple others: copper, tin, aluminum, all that good stuff. But for me, it's just going to be iron and gold, the vanilla ores, and that's going to convert to molten metal and some gaseous lava. We really only care about the molten metal right now, and that's going to come out at searing temperature. If you don't already know, BuildCraft 7 has 3 temperatures for liquids, searing being the highest, which I think is 1300 Kelvin, and then hot being the middle temperature, which is 100 Kelvin, I believe, and then cool being the lowest temperature at 700 Kelvin. I know if you know what Kelvin is and you know what 700 Kelvin is, if you subtract 273 point, I think it's 15, but everyone just says 273, then you're going to get the temperature in Celsius. So that's saying that I think roughly like 430 degrees Celsius is going to be considered cool. So I find that kind of funny, but I guess it is kind of cool for molten metal. But putting that aside, based on whichever temperature you're going to put into today's step, that is going to determine how many ingots you're going to get out. So if you put in searing, you're only going to get 1, making this process pretty useless. If you put in hot, you're going to get 2, and then if you put in cool, you're going to get 3. And the way that you're going to cool it off is using the second step in the process, which is going to be the heat exchangers. So by putting 2 different heat exchangers down and using water, we were able to convert it from searing molten metal to cool molten metal. And now we are at today's step, which is going to be putting that cool molten metal into a fluid processor. Sort of seems a little bit weird considering you'd think it'd be another ore processor or something. Fluid processor doesn't really seem like what you'd be shoving 700 Kelvin molten metal into, but that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to give that some power, and then we are going to get out 3 ingots per 1000 millibuckets. So I know that was a pretty lengthy description, a little bit of rambling, but there actually is not much crafting we have to do today. I don't even know if there's the correct stuff in here. It should for the most part be correct, but if you guys notice, and I'll grab all this stuff out before I really discuss this, but there's a little bit of a shameful point over there. Standing 21 meters away from the house. I could have just been standing inside. I decided to go AFK for a little bit, talk to my mom, and when I came back, I was dead, and all my items were gone, which is why we now have fresh iron stuff. It's why we've got much less food, and why all the crafting stuff for today might be slightly messed up. We might be a little bit under, and I may have to do some gathering, but I think we should be okay. Just have faith in Rage, guys. Have faith in me that I was able to put all the stuff in a chest before I went and got mauled by what I assume was probably a zombie. I don't know. I didn't get blown up. Don't worry. I didn't get blown up. There's no issue with the terrain over there. But we should start setting things up today. So the first thing we're going to need is a Stirling Engine. Crafted this plenty of times, so we're going to make the wooden gears. And then we're going to make, not going to craft a piston because I already crafted that. We're going to make the stone gears, and then boom, Stirling Engine. I want to say almost definitively these things can't blow up because I tested it and it didn't blow up in a creative world, but I don't want to put a stamp on it saying that it won't ever blow up, because then if someone's base gets blown up, then they'll come back and they'll flame me in the video. So I'm 90% sure these don't blow up, and I think it's been corroborated in the comments that you really don't need to worry about blowing up until you get to the combustion engine. But again, just be a little bit cautious. So now that we've got that, really the only other thing to make other than sort of the peripheral stuff like the fluid pipes you might need, and I think we're going to need a redstone engine, but I have one that I can grab once we hook up the rest of this setup. But I think the last thing that we need to make is going to be the fluid processor itself. So again, very cheap. It's going to be 2 tanks. So this setup is going to take a pretty hefty sum of glass, and that's really it. We need to make some more wooden gears, and then we need to make some cobble gears, and we're just going to slap that in there, and then we need to make some iron gears so we can get those in there, and then I think we should be pretty much good, other than, of course, making the classic furnace. And there we go. So we now have the fluid processor, and really all we're going to do is hook up some power to that, hook up some cobblestone fluid pipes, and we should be good to go. But one last thing now that I'm thinking about it is I didn't think to make extra cobblestone transport pipes, so we kind of need to do that right now. I do still have some glass left in there. I actually forget like all the stuff I have in my chests because I don't really think we have a lot of resources in the chests, so I always just go out and gather it and then bring it back. But yeah, I guess I should use up some of the stuff in that chest. But we are going to sleep right now because I don't want to get killed a second time, and I think we should also remove that kind of death waypoint right there, so we're going to remove that. Luckily I only lost like 16 levels or something, but let's come out here, no creepers, cool. So what we're going to do is we're eventually going to take this redstone engine right here. We can actually take that right now. So we'll just break that, and we will break all of this. Oh, I didn't make another axe. I apologize. I know people flip out about that stuff. You know what? Give me a break, guys. I just died. And we're also going to take this chest right here. It's going to spew out a lot of stuff at us, but we're going to grab this chest right here, and this is where all of these cobblestone transport pipes are going to come in. So we're going to put these over here and wire it up to this hopper. Now, I don't know if I discussed this in one of the videos, but I did discuss it at least in a comment. The reason I put a hopper here is because obviously you can only have one ore in here at once, and if you try and put other ore in, it's going to pop out. So the idea is if you put the hopper here, it'll wait until the ore is out of here, and then it'll dump the next one in. And so hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier. It'll give us an internal buffer, and we don't need to worry about a ton of useless engines and stuff. I think this should work. I have not tested it out yet to see if it does, but theoretically it should. And then everything else should be good. I did move this tank right here into the center so that we can store the gaseous lava that we're going to get from the fluid processor also, and put it up there, and then when we eventually want to use it, it'll be right in the center for us. So other than that, I think we should be good to set this up, and we're going to break this and get a bunch of stuff out of here. But this is where the setup is actually going to go. So the fluid processor is going to be elevated a little bit more than usual, and it's kind of going to annoy me. Maybe we don't elevate it a little bit more than usual. Maybe we just drag this. Maybe we drag the fluid pipe down. It's going to bother me, honestly, if it isn't completely, like, symmetrical, I guess. So if you're curious why we're doing it like this, this is why. It looks really weird. Like, just don't say anything. Please, in the comments, don't say anything. I know I could put it up one, but when I look at this, I want it to be level. So that's why. On this side, it's where we're going to pull stuff out, and we do need to use a wooden transport pipe. Unfortunately, it does not auto-push things out, so we're going to put down that redstone engine, and we have our extra redstone torch there. I'm actually going to throw it down in the back, and then we can grab our chest out of here. Didn't realize we would have so many extras. And then the gaseous lava will come out the top. With these, it's the same as the ore processor, except it's for the bottom, it's going to be an input, and in this one, it's an output. But the molten metal is going to be for the bottom, and the gaseous lava is going to be for the top. So pretty much the same for both of them. So we're going to put that in the bottom. The items will come out the side, much like they went in the side on the ore processor. And then out the top, we are going to be able to pull the gaseous lava. It's, of course, treated as a fluid because it is. I know we've had this discussion before. It's the same thing. Liquids and gases are all considered fluids because it's the reason because they can change. I don't know. It's because unlike solids, they can change in shape and stuff, I think. I don't know. I don't really want to get into it. Someone called me out for being wrong last time when I was right, but I was also very tired, so I was worried I was wrong. But it's the same as all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. That's the same. All liquids are fluids, but not all fluids are liquids. So just a fun fact for you. We are going to have to pull it out the top, so I think that means we would eventually need another redstone engine. I did not craft an extra one, so we're not going to worry about that right now. It's not going to stop this system from running as far as I know, but eventually we will pull it out, and I think that actually looks pretty good. It should be relatively dead center there. So right now, we should be good to actually have this running once we hook up the power to it. So we'll put that in the back again. We got another Stirling Engine. Power always goes in the back. Throw some coal in there. And then all we got to do is throw a redstone torch down. We got two right next to each other, looking a little bit funky, but this setup should be actually good. This one over here is going to need a little bit of coal, and we should be able to throw a stack in there, honestly. I'm not super worried, but maybe the setup will blow up. I guess this is really the test. You guys think I'm right, or you guys think I'm wrong? We'll double down right now. Double jeopardy. Nothing ever goes wrong in double jeopardy. Also, someone thought that I ended a video early last time so that we wouldn't see stuff blow up. Side note, I did not do that, but we are going to grab this from over here. Do I have more kinetic pipes? I do not. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I was going to say that, do I have any ore? Is there any ore around here that I can just mine? Because I don't have the kinetic pipes to move it, and there's not going to be any ore. You know what? Okay, this is a little bit unfortunate because we don't actually have the ability to see the setup running right now. You know what? Problem solved. Problem solved. Super scuffed problem solving. We're going to grab this redstone engine. We're going to bring it over here. Just don't judge. I don't really want to go off camera right now and let this system run and then come back. It's a little bit of a hassle when editing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this right here, put a redstone engine, and then we're going to take all these cool molten gold shards and we're going to put them in here. Can I not put that one in there? I don't know why that one doesn't want to go in there. Is this actually an item? No, it's not. Okay, it was a glitch. So this will pull it out. It should go into this setup. Some of it's going to go over there, which is super annoying. But as you can see, it's starting to make that. It's basically reversing what it looks like over here when we put ore in. But eventually, once that is finished, it'll pop it out and put it in this chest over here. And obviously the cool fluid would be coming out over here anyway. So it'll follow the same track. Once I actually have this setup running, I need to probably make a chest that's just got like 64 cobblestone cobblestone kinesis pipes. But I haven't really been worrying about expanding that. I've been doing manual mining. But there we go. We didn't get to see it get pulled out, and this is a pretty short pipe to actually watch it get pulled out through. And this one will probably not finish for quite some time now because this all needs to perfectly flow in there. The only reason I'm not super worried, and maybe this will actually flow in there. No, it's going to keep splitting, I think. The reason I'm not super worried, but what we can do is this. Oh, look at how smart I am. Now it should finish because it's got nowhere else to go. But the reason I'm not worried about this only being able to make one is because, oh, there we go. Haha, super smart. Is because anytime something is processed, it'll flow perfectly through the system. We're not going to lose anything. It's not going to be 977 or some weird issue. Everything will come through, and every ore we put in there will perfectly convert to 3. And so it'll drop 1 in, and then immediately after it could drop iron in and process that, and we will have no issue if it goes gold, iron, gold, iron, gold, iron. There will be no issue, but that shouldn't happen considering it'll sit in the hopper and whatever ore just went through will completely go through the system before the next one comes in. So it'll be like gold, 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 iron, iron, iron. But I will show you guys that later on. Once I've got a surplus, I might block off this system for a bit, wait until we have a surplus and then send it through. Either way though, I wanted to try and keep this video relatively short so that you guys could enjoy finishing the setup and have some fun messing around with it on your own. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I apologize again for the lack of videos. Just been super busy with work and everything. I basically come home from work, take a nap because I'm exhausted, and then I go to the gym, eat some food, and then go back to bed. So that's really been my schedule. Not crazy, super fun stuff. But I have been looking forward to recording this video because this setup has been super cool. We'll probably take a couple episodes off from BuildCraft, finish up thermal expansion, and then come back and hope for some cool other stuff to work on, maybe some updates. I don't really know. Keep our hopes high. And again, that's going to be it from me today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you later.
Upside down, faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly.